Hey, how's it going? Anthony Schultz here from Gold Coast IELTS, where I help you absolutely destroy the written section of the IELTS exam. So today is part 2 of critical thinking. If you didn't see the part 1 video, I'll put a link at the end. Definitely check that one out first because it shows you how to ask the right questions before you start planning your body paragraph. So in today's video, we're going to move on and look at how to use the critical thinking process to write an awesome 7-sentence body paragraph. And if you do get value from the video, hit like, smash subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Let's get started. So using the questions from the part 1 critical thinking video as a kind of base, we're now going to move on and look at how to write a body paragraph using critical thinking. So this is how I usually teach it. We're going to start at number 1, which is the state your position sentence, and use starters like I think, I suppose, and in my opinion. Then we'll move on to number 2, the second sentence, which is the support sentence, and we'll use starters like the main reason is, or for example. The third sentence will be a cause and effect sentence with starters like this could lead to, consequently, or this could result in. Sentence number 4 will be a devil's advocate sentence where you sort of give the opposite side and start with something like although, or some people might think something, however, something. The fifth sentence is a reversal, and we could start with if or without. Number 6 is going to be a little bit more support with a starter like another thing is or also. Finally, in the 7th sentence, we want to wrap everything up and conclude our point and start with something like what this really means is that, or this is important. Okay, be aware that this can become a very long paragraph. So if you want to make it a little bit shorter, you could delete number 5 and number 6 pretty easily. So let's use the same question from part 1, critical thinking, about British roads. Let's read it. The first car appeared on British roads in 1888. By the year 2000, there may be as many as 29 million vehicles on British roads. Alternative forms of transport should be encouraged and international laws introduced to control car ownership and use. To what extent do you agree or disagree? And if you remember from last time, we did answer those questions. So you could just pause it now and do a little recap before moving on if you like. Okay, so now let's move on and make all 7 of those sentences for the body paragraph. So firstly, we'll state our position and say something like, in my opinion, new or alternative means of transportation should definitely be introduced in Britain. Next, we'll give a little bit of support and say, the main reason is that the 29 million cars on British roads emit huge amounts of CO2 into the atmosphere every year. This is going to lead on into a cause and effect sentence like, this could lead to a number of detrimental factors, including rising temperatures and lung diseases for British residents. Now we'll give a devil's advocate sentence where we say some people say this, but other people say this. Some people might still believe that petrol-powered motor vehicles are still an efficient means of transport. However, a growing number of people are now speaking up about the benefits of electric vehicles, which include increased productivity and the creation of an entirely new industry. In number 5, the reversal, we're going to say what needs to happen or what needs to be overcome to make that a reality. So, without concerted government effort and public commitment, it will be difficult to make the switch to carbon neutral transportation. Number 6 is a little bit more support to sort of reinforce our point even further. So, other things that could be considered are carpooling or improving the public's perception of buses, trams, and cycling. And in sentence 7, we just want to conclude the point. What this really means is that if the future generations are to have a comfortable, clean, and safe environment to live and work in, radical car reform will certainly be necessary. And there's the completed paragraph. You could definitely read it if you'd like. Pause it and have a read, see how the whole thing sounds. It's a little bit long, guys, but like I said, you could definitely delete sentence 5 and sentence 6 if you want to. Okay, so that's how you use critical thinking in a body paragraph. It's a really great way to make a logical sentence. If you analyze that paragraph carefully, you can see that every single sentence has a function. All of the sentences fit together like a metal chain. It's a great way to write a body paragraph. If you did get value, guys, don't forget subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.